On to the fourth item, which is a presentation on the Campus as a Living Lab initiative. This is a joint presentation from the Academic Affairs and Business and Finance divisions. This initiative is a unique opportunity to partner CSU faculty and facilities management staff and using the campus as a forum for exploring sustainability and integrating curriculum and the physical campus. And this item will be presented by Ken O'Donnell, Senior Director for Student Engagement and Academic Initiatives and Partnerships, and Vi San Juan, Assistant Vice Chancellor for Capital Planning, Design, and Construction.
Thank you. Hi again. Justin, can you turn on the, hey, there it goes. Thank you. So I want to remind you of a couple of things that you heard earlier on this same agenda, on the same day's work. And it has to do with what the literature refers to as high-impact practices. Sarah Couch was the middle of the three students who came up to the microphone over there and talked about performance funding and said, please remember experiential learning. This is why I stayed in the CSU, why I persisted to graduate. And then earlier when we were talking about the student success and the bottlenecks funding, we also talked about these experiential learning, these high-impact practices interventions. These are hands-on experiences that highlight for students the relevance and the value of college learning. Things like service learning experiences, collaborating with faculty on their research in the disciplines, peer mentoring, internships, learning communities. We know they work, they close gaps, they improve grad rates, they deepen learning. They get at what President Zing was describing, the learning that lasts a lifetime. The challenge with them is that they can represent a kind of barrier to access to quality. Students who work, who come part-time, who are raising families, may not have the time for these activities. They may only have the ability to make it to the campus. And that's where this initiative, we think, has so much of its potency. Treating the campus as a living lab brings some of these high-impact practices to where the students are who most stand to benefit. I'll turn now to Vi San Juan.
Thank you, Ken. This is a new kind of partnership, and the common element in this partnership is sustainability. The trustees have had long-standing policies for facilities operations, design and construction, and energy conservation, utility management. And we're going to be coming to you in the hopefully near future with the revised policy on sustainability, which proposes to to cross all the business units of the university. So it would include student unions, student housing, parking, procurement, IT, versus strictly operations for facilities. So that's one element. But the other element that was bought into as we worked on this policy last year, this revision, is to seek to encourage the incorporation of sustainability into the curriculum. And the Academic Senate has already passed a resolution encouraging that in the CSU. So we've partnered with Academic Affairs in this initiative and the Academic Senate. We have Jim Postma, you heard his name mentioned earlier, from CSU Chico, Andrea Wenwitz Boyle from San Francisco State, and then from Channel Islands, Simone Aloisio. So they are our team members, along with staff in Ken's area, student engagement and academic partnerships, because of the student learning component and the service learning component that we have the chance to promote. So with a NSF grant, we started to plan this initiative because you've noticed in capital and support side for operations, there's been significant reduction in funding. So one of the things that we've started to do is look for other opportunities for funding. But in this initiative, Executive Vice Chancellor Ben Quillian has put up some funds to support this initiative. So the business and finance side of the house is helping look at redesigning courses, which folks think that will be predominantly the use because of the push on credits, trying to limit the number of units. But also new courses and learning communities would be part of the awards that would be made as part of this RFP. High impact learning practices will be an emphasis. So we just closed the pre-proposal period, we had 68 proposals that came in through yesterday from 20 campuses. So we are just at the very front end of this process. But we have today from Dominguez Hills faculty member Judy King and Central Plant Manager Kenny Seaton to share what they have done on campus funds without this initiative in promoting sustainability at the campus and working collaboratively to benefit students and the campus community.
Thank you. Last fall in the Earth Sciences Department at Cal State Dominguez Hills, our natural resources class teamed with Kenny Seaton and Physical Plant to use the campus as a laboratory to design energy efficiency projects. The Physical Plant Department collaborated with academics in a highly successful way, well beyond our wildest expectations. The focus of the class's service component was on developing practical solutions for energy and water efficiency for the Dominguez Hills campus. Students were encouraged to work with university staff to gather as well as share information. Student projects ranged from an energy audit of their own classroom wing by counting lights and fixtures, to a water saving audit, counting bathroom faucets and actually measuring drips per hour of a leaky faucet, all the way up to measuring the coverage in a parking lot that new solar LED lights would provide. And then in every case, computing the campus energy savings. Students truly relished the chance to investigate and report on solving real-world problems. The fact that their projects were on the campus made investigations easier and connected them to their campus and its staff in a whole new way. This has been truly a win-win for students and the staff. Students also learned that things don't always run smoothly, and they really had to learn new skills and figure out how to address issues and find good data. These experiences help students connect to their learning. This kind of messy, uncontrolled, living learning lab experiment gave 30 of my students the opportunity to apply critical skills learned in the classroom, like GIS, and make those skills more meaningful. Our corporate sponsorships with Enlighted and Southern California Edison inspired several students to seek out and internships and consider careers in sustainability.
Hi. My experience with the project was many times greater than I had expected. It was very rewarding to be a part of a project where the students' hard work proved to have such a big impact on both the students and the campus. By promoting the students' involvement, we were able to gain corporate sponsorship by Enlighted and support from our local utility, Southern California Edison. By working together and combining our resources and knowledge, I believe we created an educational experience that was both inspiring and rewarding for the students. This synergistic approach gave the students real-world experience that they can use on their resumes in the future. I believe it also added to the pride they have in their university, because now they have ownership of a small piece of it, and they will be able to say, I had a part in making a positive change, something that their normal coursework doesn't always offer. We also expanded the frame of reference or paradigm of many students who previously only saw the university as a location to go to class, study hard, and earn a passing grade. Now we have brought into their collegiate world utility company representatives, large corporate employers, and especially facilities workers from campus. We're all wiser from the effort.
These are some important outcomes of this course and of our collaboration. First, is the students developed an awareness of the importance energy efficiency and water conservation play in creating sustainable communities and in their everyday lives. Second, research proposals of students in this course are actually leading to permanent long-term changes at CSUDH in energy efficiency and water conservation.
Third, a primary lesson learned is that we need to work closely together to help focus the students on priority projects that will have the greatest impact on our campus and their academic success. Fourth, because of the enthusiasm that the students showed with their individual projects, we were able to attract corporate sponsorship. Visionaire donated a solar-powered light pole that will be studied by Earth Science class for years to come. Enlighted donated sensors for the Earth Science classrooms and building to affirm and applaud the students for their hard work. Thank you for your time.
Thank you all for that very interesting presentation, and I'm sure we'll receive many innovative proposals. Any questions or comments? Yes, Trustee Eisner.
So one of you said that this was a win-win. I'd call it a win-win-win-win-win, with the planet being one of the winners in what you've done. I am so impressed and so optimistic about what CSU can do to solve this great problem. One of the things I did on my lunch break was read a exhilarating speech that the governor gave yesterday or the day before in a commencement address to the political science students at UC Berkeley. And I encourage all of you to read it because it really does get your juices going. But one of the things, of course, that he mentioned of all the problems that these political science students are going to be facing in the future, the biggest of them is climate change, climate science, and finding solutions. And you guys have made such a great first effort in this. I just applaud you to the nth degree.
Thank you. Excellent. President Hagan, would you like to comment, please?
Yes, thank you. First of all, we're really pleased the work that Judy and Kenneth have done. I think the idea of integrating the curriculum with the campus operations is important, not just for the issues of sustainability, but a campus is a complex community. There are issues of energy that we're discussing here. There are finances, there's crime, there are transportation issues. So I think there are many more opportunities for us to take advantage of the availability of real-world experiences on campus, and I think this is a great model, and I expect to see more of that. And I'm glad this presentation is here, and again, couldn't be prouder of the folks who are involved with this. Thank you.
Thank you, President. Any more questions, comments? Yes, Chair Guerin, please.
I'm sorry, but I am conveying a message from my my Senate colleagues who were participating on this. Senators Boyle, Aloisio, and Postma asked me to make sure that Vi San Juan was commended for bringing faculty on early into the process and for the innovative collaboration between academic affairs and also building and campus planning and management. And they thought that this is an exciting and high impact practice that should be encouraged. So thank you, Vi San Juan.
Thank you for recognizing Vi. That was excellent. All right. No more questions, comments? Okay. Again, thank everyone for all the presentations and the great discussions. And thank you, Chair Monville. That concludes the meeting of the Committee on Educational Policy.
Thank you, Chair Farrar. That concludes the work of the committees today. We will adjourn for the day and reconvene tomorrow morning bright and early at 8 a.m. Thank you all for your hard work today.
This is the California State University Office of the Chancellor's live stream. Please adjust accordingly.